Today is October the 7th of 2025. This year is going by so fast, and the days are going by so fast. But this is October the 7th, 2025, and I am at home in the bathtub. I just made this video. I'm not going to be long on here today, but I just wanted to make this video about my son Corey. I got an Instacart order about a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, and it had Corey's name and Jack's name on there. But I wanted to make this video about my son and to say why, a good reason why I don't hear from him. The last time I talked to him was when I was homeless and he wanted me to send my birth certificate into the Georgia Department of Corrections so that I could come and see him. And he's been locked up for over 6 years now, and nobody has seen him, and nobody went to court with him. Nobody got notification that he was going to court. And when you pull him up on the county system, it has a whole bunch of attorneys, different attorneys saying request to leave, permission to leave, this, that, and the other. And everything just looks real suspicious. Well, anyway, I wanted to make this video to say why I haven't heard from him, or why I think I haven't heard from him, because I woke up this morning. He wasn't the first thing on my mind, but he came to my mind when I woke up this morning. In 2019, the law put him in jail in January of 2019, and it happened from Terry Ray's house. And that she lived, I've never seen this house, but they said that she had a house on Riceboro Road at that time. So I don't think it's a coincidence that my niece also had a house on Riceboro Road. But they say Gwanda had a house on Riceboro Road, and that is where this supposed to have happened. I never saw the house on Riceboro Road. I'm quite sure it's the same location that Brittany had, because Gwanda lives in houses for a long time, long periods. She's not typically the one that just moves around, and she stayed in that house for a real short amount of time. But either way, the point of it is, in 2019, I wasn't talking to him that much. I think I had wrote, and I think when it first happened, I might have called, but when it first happened, it was just a lot of, they kept saying he on lockdown, he this, he that, he this, he that, and nobody could ever talk to him. When you're on the inside of jail and it's law behind it, that's an easy way for them to do things to you and your family won't know what's going on, and they hide behind he on lockdown. So anything could be going on with your child, and they will. That's a an official code that, oh, he on lockdown. It's easy to say. It's easy to use. Um, there's no stipulation. There's nobody to go in to check. It's easy to do, and you could just be they can be have done anything, and they'll just say, oh, he on lockdown, and because they tell lies. So I wasn't talking to him in 2019 because that is what the excuse was. So that is the reason why they haven't let him call, or I haven't talked to him if he's alive. Um, if he's not, then obviously that's why he hasn't called. But if he's alive, then that is the reason, is because my time here is backdating periods between 2018 and 2020. I even saw traces of maybe 2023. So maybe those different time periods or times that I haven't talked to him. So they have not let me have any kind of conversation with him. So I just wanted to say that because he was on my mind this morning. And that's just that. Pretty much I am same old, same old. I just got up. I had slept last night, and I always turn on preaching. Tomorrow or later tonight, I might turn on music, or I might literally retrain myself to sleep during the day, because when I'm up at night, it's just too much stuff go on that they do, that they take advantage of when you're asleep. And that could be anything from driving my car, going in my car, to being in the apartment, to they definitely live on the phone when I go to bed. Every morning I get up, my screen is completely different with emojis. And this morning I had to erase and take off about 10 different modes from your screen. I had to edit, take off casting, and all of these different things that when they have new devices that are yours, they just do whatever they want to do. They don't have any regards to this is somebody's phone and these aren't the settings that she has. They just do whatever they want to do. So the phone is never the same. So I have to go back in there and take the stuff off, turn this off. They had night light on there. The screen recorder is never in the same place. So that is like one of the main reasons how I know. But whenever I'm here at the house goes to Mexicans, and it goes to different people that work here in the office. So it goes to them. Then when I go out, it goes to somebody else. Then when I come back home, it changes to different people throughout the day. It just depends on what time it is, who's going to work, who's coming back from work, who's doing remote work, who's whatever, and it changes during the day. But mainly, the most foolishness with it goes on at night, between 3 and 7 in the morning, all the way up till about 11. And then it will like calm down a little bit. And I think that's because the time is different. Like the time is changed every night. So they might go take it up an hour, take it back an hour. So it causes all of my photos in Gmail to go to a different day. And so that also messes up my timeline. So when I'm doing Instacart or something like that, if they have changed the date and say, well, this is going to be DoorDash of 2020, so we're going to log in, send the order on the phone number, then we're going to go through DoorDash or Instacart, then, and we making this 2019, then if it's 2019, it's not going to show on the Google timeline. And Google timeline never shows my location when I'm doing Instacart. So I'm gonna see if there's anything I can do for that today. Like literally go in and see if it's logging. Like it'll log the store where I'm at for sure. Like it will definitely, not all the time, but most of the time it'll put the store in there. But the locations, no, not unless the location is a place that is evidence for the law. That is the only way it will put the location on there. If the location is not on there, that means that it is travel and it's out of date, out of sync. If the location is on there, that means that it's evidence for the law. Like that address that I went with, that long winding driveway. It was 2075 something. I went there the other day and it was up there near Cumberland Trace. It was that same area. And that day. So whatever address with the name on the outside of the garage, that address is evidence. So whatever house they had me going to for whatever reason, that is that goes to that. So for the most part, I'm gonna get ready to get out of this tub. I normally sit in here and soak and have peace of mind, but the other day when I got out of here, my legs was hurting so bad. And if I done thought about it twice, then it might be something going on with it. I just pray when I'm getting in the tub. But when I went to take that lady her detergent on Thursday or Friday of last week that lived on Sunset Avenue near Franklin, Kentucky, they opened her detergent and the top was off. So if the top was off on the detergent at Kroger, then they must have been trying to give me a threat because my legs was hurting and I couldn't understand why is my legs hurting and I ain't did nothing but took a bath. That could be why. Because they threatened me with that at Joe's house back in 2024, but they said it was lotion. So just have to pray. But whatever it is, if my son is alive, I pray God be with him today. And I don't let it really sink in how bad this is on everybody because I think it's slavery. So I think it's just like when kids was taken from their mama at slavery because the master sent him somewhere else. So when you go to Gwanda House, that's the law's house. So anybody that's set up operations, they send them to Gwanda. And I don't think it's a coincidence that all these boys went to jail from Gwanda House or was around Gwanda when they went to jail, and they keep calling her because she's the law. So, I mean, everybody knows something ain't right. Corey went to jail from your house. Ron Tavis was around you when he went to jail. Albert, she went and got Albert out of regional and to go to jail. She went and actually got him out, signed him out for the law to put him in jail to where he is now. If she would have left him where he was back in 2012 or whenever he got locked up, he would never be where he is. She totally went and checked him out and for them to put him in jail just to get back at Sharon, because that's when Sharon had first filed a federal complaint. So that's like nothing that I could make up. That's totally a fact. The regional records on him show that she went and got him, and the next day they put him in jail. Literally the next day. She went and got him, and now he in jail. So why would you go get him? Because that was the plan. Because Sharon had filed a federal complaint. They're going to take your children after that. They're going to put him in jail for no reason. And everybody got old victims. And nobody ain't never seen these people no more. And these people ain't never on TV. You don't never see no family. Everybody just got old victims. Why? Because old victims die out easy. It's easy to say, oh, they died or this happened. But did they ever exist? Were they ever real? Nobody knows that because nobody see these victims. Where's Rontavious' victim? Nobody knows. Where is Albert's victim? Nobody knows. Where is Corey's victim? Nobody knows. Didn't Corey have an old victim before? Yep. Didn't they say you be liking old people? Good night. They play with old people because they easy to say they don't exist no more. They died. That's why I used to be talking about I like to sit with old people. Why they be liking to play with old people all the time? Everybody got old victims in these operations, them victims being old. Why is everybody old? Everybody old. Rontavious victim, Corey victim, Albert victim. They even say she want to sit with. I don't want to sit with anything. I don't have anything to do with that child. That is not my cup of tea. I just think that that's just a strange coincidence that everybody victims old and white. Everybody. Except for Albert. He got black. And that joint don't even make no sense. You open the door to the Georgia Power and let him in because he said he had to use the bathroom. First of all, that is you should have been told you got hurt and we sorry. You still fired because you should have never opened that door. You know good well you weren't supposed to let nobody in here. So you telling me old as you is, you let Albert come in there to use, you're lying. None of that even make no sense. She let him come in there after hours to use the bathroom. Stop lying. And why would he go to Georgia Power to use the bathroom when it's all those restaurants down there on Walton Way? They tell lies. And the medicine they had him on getting straight out of regional, he wouldn't have even been able to have sex. They tell lies. Albert ain't even no horny type like that. They tell lies. Just straight lies. All because your family be done said something about them that they don't like, so they just set out to take your children and put them in operations. That's the truth. That's the truth right there. Sharon had that federal complaint going on at that time and had just got out and had that federal complaint. And next thing you know, Wanda got her child and done went over there. I'm going to go get him and help him. I love him. And then he in there. And now she don't have nothing else to do with it. I thought you loved him. What? Nobody don't see him. Nobody know if he alive. Nobody don't know nothing else about him. He just sitting there. Don't never go up for parole. Nobody don't never, nothing. He just sit there. Because they don't care nothing about these black boys in these prisons at all. Georgia is a straight master state. They just call and put them boys. And that boy been sitting there all that time. He ain't never went up for parole. Never, ever. And he won't ever go. Why? Because he's Sharon Bush Ellison's son. He in there on the operation. They're going to make him sit there all the way to the last day. And hopefully you live until the last day. That's the truth on that. Nobody don't ever see him, talk to him. Nobody don't ever call about him or nothing. They just be in there. You in there, you just in there. You just in there. You call and have so many excuses. I'm sorry you're not on the list. Well, why wouldn't I be on the list? I'm his mother. I ain't supposed to have been on the list. Ed was supposed to have got on the list from diagnostics. If you want to really tell the truth about it, when they go in there and get your demographics, who is your parents? Terry Ray is sure not. But since Terry Ray is being me for the FBI, then guess who's on his paperwork? Terry Ray. Why? Because she has a phone number. So she's being me. So that's why they don't let me be me with my son, because Gwanda's being me for the FBI. You're sending him money. You're talking. We gave you the phone. You're doing all this. You're sending the money and the drugs into the prison. You're doing that as me. Exactly like you were doing in 2010 when the GBI busted DJJ. No, nobody gonna talk about that. They was doing that back then, and Gwanda's still doing it. That's why I can't talk on and see him, because Gwanda is seeing him and being me. Gwanda talks to him. We can't have both of y'all talking to him. That's why when he called while you on the phone, I just tried to call you. He was on the phone. I don't want to talk on your phone to him, FBI agent. No, ma'am. So then you need to answer the phone every time he call. Why he gotta call your phone and then my voice? No, because that is how the plot is set up. So he can't call me and call her. He can't physically see me and have visitation because we don't match. We don't look alike. So she can't come to the prison to see him. It's going to mess everything up. And she can't be on anything to see him. It's going to mess everything up. So we'll just have it on the phone. And Gwanda be her, and Gwanda be her, and she be Gwanda. And that's how they plan it. That's why she keeps voluntarily sending him money. And because she's guilty. She's guilty, and she knows she is. So she keeps sending him the money, and they giving her the money to send him because they telling her what accounts to use. I sent. That's why every time I call, I send him $100. I sent this. I sent it to him, and I hope he get it. They gave it to you to send to him, and they told you what account to use to do it, and that's why you call me and lay the artificial intelligent tracks on the phone so that it could be me. Everything you say they doing me. They not gonna not do that, Terry. You just called on the damn phone, said you was in the trailer park. Now my Instacart orders going to trailer park. You just said you went to go try to get a phone. They sent me to Target to go to the electronics department. You just mentioned all this BS on the phone. Now they send the BS and threat messages. They ain't doing all of that, and they gonna leave. Oh, we not gonna do that with Corey. That's Georgia Department of Corrections. We gonna chill out on that. That's exactly what they doing. That's exactly what they did. That's why I can't see him, and she is on everything because she is me and I'm her. Everything is a riddle, and I'm Corey. That's why they got him in all these different places. Why is he at Phillips State Prison in Beaufort, Georgia? Ain't that where they had you staying in Beaufort, Georgia? Didn't your Facebook always come out there? Yes, in Beaufort, Georgia, where he is. Correct. With the phone number that goes to Fifth Third Bank. Correct. That's why every time he called you, it's a cell phone. They have put a cell phone on Securus phone number. So when he calls, that is the number that is going to these cash apps that Gwanda keep telling me, I see money there. I'm good on it. Man, who y'all think? Who's stupid in this? Not me. Not me. Not me. And they told him, you help, we'll let you out because we know you ain't in here for nothing anyway. We just keeping you away from your mama so she don't have nobody around her. But you help us out. We gonna let you out. That's exactly what's going on with that. And every time he call, I make sure he know it. You do know Wanda's the one that put you in there, right? You do know that's that director for the FBI. You do know that. She the one to put you in there. That's why he keep talking to her, because she the one he think gonna get her out. Get him out. She don't care nothing about you, child. Wanda care about money. That's all she care about. How much money they giving her. That's all she care about. And I hope she know that them people gonna come back later on. Them people is grimy, slimy, and nasty. And them people gonna come back and the FBI gonna be done wrote down all them direct deposits that she getting from that man named Curtis. And when she find out that he ain't who she say he, I be saying he act just like Ketchup. She said he's so mean and moody, and this he acts just like them. And she be saying that to me, he gave me this money. I hope you find when you be saying all that money that he be giving you, then you gonna come back and then people gonna say, and you don't pay taxes on none of that? Turn around. And she just like they her friends. They your friends, all right. They are really your friends. They are really your friends. You are really thinking that. Go right ahead. Go right ahead and think they're your friends and that they're really helping you and that you're just getting all this extra money for no reason. Go right ahead and keep thinking they're your friends. They're your friends. They sure are. And they're gonna let you know how friendly they are. That don't make no sense. I can't just really think about it. So them people really put your churn in jail. Yes. And don't let you talk to them. They want to hurt you as bad as they possibly can. As bad as they possibly can. They want you to be forever in the nut house. They specialize in we want to drive you completely out of your mind. You won't ever see your children. Your children won't ever see you. And then they send them black boys in them courtrooms with them all white judges and them all white courtrooms with them all white victims and them all white juries and have them in there by themselves with nobody. Ain't nothing in there but white people. You know how scary that gotta be? You got a big boy charge and you in a whole courtroom and nobody here but white people? And none of your family ain't here, and you got a white attorney, it's all white. It's all white. White. Not even a cut, not even a speck of mixture. It's all white. And you in there with all of them, and you all black. It's terrible. It's terrible to even think about. And you in there and no family, no nothing. And they give you the 50 years in the Georgia Department of Correction. I'll sentence you to 50 years. And you get that kind of time and gotta walk off. And you ain't got nobody to say, it's all right, I love you. I'm here. I'm gonna get it up. You ain't got nobody. They do it to make them boys hard and bitter and callous and hateful and mean and vindictive. That's why they be sitting up there talking about we can't do nothing about the prisons. They so angry in there. We don't know why they so angry. They fight all the time. We can't hire no staff because you're evil. You evil in there. And them boys know it. And they bucking with it because they y'all evil. If you show love in there and do it the way God said, them boys gonna be acting like that because they see hope and a future. You put them boys in cages and don't give them no hope and no future and no chance to get out. And put them in a cage. Read that thing on Phillips State Prison page. We got these boys in cages and we built this prison in 1903. Slavery. Looks like slavery, sounds like slavery. You built it in 1903. and the FBI is not putting that link together. If they built it in 1903, they built it to be racist. Because in 1903, we hadn't won our right for the black man, and the black man is still going there. Don't you think the building of the prison, the whole foundation is racist? No further questions. Why in the world do I have to link that? And these people got all these degrees and these rich trucks. Y'all ain't picked that up? Or did you see it and you just didn't care? Because I'm not understanding how you got a prison that I've been there that long and it ain't been renovated. Because if 1903, if it was made and that back in the day, in general, you already know they didn't make it to keep these boys safe and whatever. They made it so that these boys could go in there and be punished. It was designed around racism because it was racist back then. And you still using the same plot. And when the boys come in there to see that, you don't think they know that and feel that? You don't think that energy is still there? That's why you can't hire nobody and they be fighting and doing all that other stuff. It come from y'all. It come from the head, like my mama used to always say. It come from that. All that energy don't go nowhere. Energy don't die, it transfers. So that energy in there, when one of all them boys done died and all that stuff, all that haunted junk up in there, and they don't do nothing to paint, nothing to bring it back, nothing to make it lighten the mood, nothing to make give these boys no hope, no nothing. Just put them in the cage, close up the door, throw a piece of bread in there, leave them in there, and charge their families $50 to talk to them. We're gonna make some money and play golf. I'm gonna get off here while I'm on this bathroom because they be calling when I go to the bathroom because they be saying I don't be in the tub, but I be in here doing sexual perverted acts with people. So I'm gonna get out of here. I don't even get a chance to take a bath in peace. That's why it's always